It is heartening to see that the new government's policy thrust area includes healthcare, with assurance that healthcare access will be available to all Indians, including out-of-pocket expenses in the healthcare area, along with the help of the state governments. Clearly, the government needs to set a clear agenda that they need to implement over the next 5 years to make this policy statement come alive. It will mean a big increase in the healthcare to GDP ratio, and we are hoping that that clarity is brought out in the current budget itself. Amongst important policy initiative, while foreign direct investment approvals have been granted by the FIPB in the brownfield sector, it would be important for the government to lay out the criteria that they would use to evaluate these applications, and also if the whole time frame can be speeded up to provide clarity to this industry. In addition, moving to the tax front, GST, like in all other industries, has a big impact on the pharmaceutical industries, as there are several indirect taxes which are non-creditable, and therefore it would be beneficial for the government to introduce GST as far as the pharmaceutical sector is concerned. On the excise front, the current abatement provided is 35%, which is extremely low given the various costs that the industry incurs, and it is the request from the industry is to increase it to about 40-45%. Also, the excise rate itself on APIs is about 12.36%, whereas the final formulations it's about 6.8%, thereby leaving a leakage which the industry can't claim credit for or claim refunds, and therefore the government should clarify that either credits would be available or refunds would be made available for this access, or align the duty structure itself. Moving to the direct tax front, important initiatives include transfer pricing, where the current safe harbor rules provide for a cost plus 29% for research and development for generic molecules. This is felt to be extremely high by the industry, and therefore there should be a rethink by the government. Also, the conditions on what is contract R&D, thereby getting a cost plus markup should be clarified by the government. Also, it would help if there are safe harbor rules applied for distribution and manufacturing, especially for exports related activities. Moving on to other areas, the royalty rate of tax is 25%. This has a big impact on the sector, as a lot of Indian companies do align with multinationals for transfer of know-how, and therefore the effective burden is quite high on getting know-how, and therefore the government should relook at the rate and make it at a more moderate level of 10 to 15%, especially for countries where double tax avoidance agreements don't exist. Lastly, research and development, while there is a deduction available of 200% on in-house research, the government should look at expanding that to contract research and development, and also increase the ambit of what expenditure is covered within the deduction available under 35(2)(ab). Lastly, on the healthcare or hospital sector, the current tax holiday is available for a 5-year period. That is extremely small for new hospitals, especially since it is for non-metros only. It typically takes 5 years for a hospital to break even, and therefore the government should either look at extending the 5-year period over a 10-year overall from the time the hospital commences operations, or increase the overall tax holiday limit to a 10-year period. Thank you.